So I'm gonna probably read a little bit more than Billy's off the cuff because otherwise I'll lose it and go off the rails. I'm not as good as he is. Good morning, everyone, and came together today to celebrate the extraordinary life of Dianna Shuster. My name is Nicholas Aliaga, and I'm the Artistic Director of Pocket Opera. On behalf of our board, our staff, Donald Pippin, all our artists, I want to thank Bill and Megan and the entire family. Thank you for allowing us to have a space to share in remembrance and joyfulness and song. A woman who changed lives, who broke barriers, who laughed loudly, defied odds, and perhaps most importantly to her, created art. Dianna's passion for the arts was second only to her love of her family, and we at Pocket Opera were very fortunate to have her at the helm of our organization for many years. Dianna came to Pocket Opera at a crucial juncture. The company was in dire need of an executive director, and the search had proven fruitless, until Dianna's resume came. It must have seemed like a dream for our board at the time. Imagine Dianna Shuster, head of one of the largest theater companies west of the Mississippi, joining Pocket Opera. It would prove to be the salvation of our company many times over. Dianna immediately began a campaign to grow our budget, expand our audience, and to stretch what was thought possible at Pocket. Always a friend of the singers and musicians, she insisted standards remain high, even when funds ran low, which was fairly often. She had the knack for knowing when to say yes and when to say no. When the financial crisis of 2007-2008 hit, it was devastating for us. But she cut the budget with the skill of a surgeon, and the audience was none the wiser that we were operating with a fraction of the funds of just a few years prior. Periodically, she would suspend her own pay so that we could make payroll and keep the show going. She would lay herself off for a month, then rehire herself after everyone else was taken care of. This is more than altruism, this is leadership. Our audiences love Dianna. Indeed, they still do. Since she retired, not a performance has gone by that without an audience member asking after her, sending their best wishes along. She started every performance bursting onto the stage and welcoming the audience with the energy of a Broadway star. With all that wattage, she'd thank the audience for coming, telling them what a great show they were about to see, and then subtly remind them to send in their annual donation if they have not done so. For long stretches of time, Dianna was the sole office employee at Pocket. She would write grants with one hand while taking a ticket order with another, while simultaneously fixing the printer. The woman could juggle knives and make it look easy. Then she would mention that she was a little hungry because she also swam to Alcatraz that morning. She was superhuman. 23 years ago, I got my first professional singing job at Pocket Opera. This was before Dianna's time, and I grew up in that company. Then things took a turn for me, and after a few years, I had made something of a mess of my life. 12 years ago, I reached out to Pocket. It was like a home to me, and when it was time to rebuild my life, that's where I started. Dianna hired me at a time when, frankly, not many people would. She gave me a shot, and now, a dozen years later, I have a life that is so much greater than I could have imagined when I was at my low point. I went from singer to production manager to stage director, and that's a career wherein Dianna influenced me greatly. Above all else, Dianna was a stage director with an award-studded resume that would make anyone green with envy. And every now and then, when the right project came along, Dianna would direct a show at Pocket. Magic Flute, Elixir of Love, Marriage of Figaro, Carmen, some of the juicy ones. I would watch her direct, and I would learn. And one of the greatest moments of my life was after I directed my 5th show at Pocket Opera, Cavalleria Rusticana, and she said to me, "Good show, you sort of know what you're doing now." And she knew theater, so that was like a benediction to me. So what does one say when the world loses an artist? I guess we say thanks for giving so completely of yourself, Dianna. Thanks for pouring it all on the stage for the audience to drink up. Thanks for the lights. Thanks for the music. Thanks for the laughs. What good is sitting alone in your room? Come hear the music play. Life is a cabaret, old chum. Come to the cabaret. half the pocket opera, we're going to present a number from The Merry Widow. It's called Vilia. We're going to have one of pocket opera's lead sopranos, Marcel Drongers, going to come up and sing. It's a song of poignancy and remembrance and evanescence and the fleeting beauties in life. So here's Marcel.